Go get on the track.
Good judgment comes from experience. Today's title, I Am an Obese Woman. Now what? That's something I want you to think about today. Tamara, you know, the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of conversation in the communities where Boris Watkins said something about Lizzo. Everybody knows who Lizzo is. And it was basically talking about her weight. She is what we would call, is she not, an obese woman?
Yes,
Help me out here.
He said that she was popular because of her weight.
He said that she was popular because of her weight. I want you to think about that for a moment. Now, I'm from a different generation. I've always been a heavy-set woman myself. I've always had to deal with it. But because I'm from a different generation, when I looked at Lizzo, who's very talented, yes, she is very heavy, but she is very talented. I will admit that. When I looked at her from my generation, what I saw might be a little bit of what Watkins saw. She represented the picture of what we saw and what was pushed down our throats as the mammy image. Do you know what the mammy image is?
I've heard some
Okay.
just from growing up.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll tell you a little bit about it. There were so many pictures from my generation and the generations before. The mammy image was a huge, I should say, an obese black woman whose bosom was huge, overly exaggerated, and so was her behind, overly exaggerated. And she stood, it was somewhat masculine, but at the same time, she was feminine. And she was laughed at. It was a joke. It was comical. For generations, that picture of the obese African American female was the mammy image, and it was a joke. And unfortunately, when I saw Lizzo and read what he said, that's what entered my mind. That might be a little bit of what he's saying. What do
So
you think?
you saw it as entertainment. and
I
people
saw
were
her.
laughing at her.
I saw her as entertainment. The world loves her, from what I can see. America loves her. Why? Yes, she's talented, but there are plenty of other young African American females who are equally, if not more, talented. So why is she incredible, according to their standards?
I can see it both ways.
Okay.
Or that way.
Different
But-
generation.
And I know a lot of the discussion is based on generation.
Yes, yes, it would be.
Yes,
Yes, it
because
would be.
even my son doesn't see some of the things I've seen.
Okay.
So I know there's a major generation gap in what
Yes.
we've seen.
Yes.
But I can see where I think we are of a time where people love over the top. And the more extreme you are, the more exciting it is to people, and the more different you are, people enjoy that.
Well, what's different about showing all your behind? I saw the picture where she went to, it was a basketball game, right? Tell me about her attire or her clothes at that basketball game.
Well, she simply came in and wore the pants where the entire butt cheeks were showing on both sides. Now, I wouldn't do it for me.
Why not? You're younger. Why wouldn't you
Because I
do
think
it?
it's ridiculous.
Why
For
do you-
me, I think it's, but it might be my raising. I think that's ridiculous, even though I have a different thought on body image or what we show rather than the older generations do.
Well, I'm the older generation, but I believe very positively in positive body image, as we call it. I believe that. But there is something that I see as a woman, whether I'm younger or old, a little bit over the top. We used to say it this way, can't you leave a little bit for the imagination?
Okay.
All of our bodies are beautiful. I believe that. But I have some wrinkles I don't want everybody to see. I don't want to look at them myself. You may be different.
I am in that. I do think America traditionally
Okay.
has been more uptight about the body
Okay,
and
okay.
about the nudity.
Okay.
And we think everything should be clothed all the time.
And I would
That's
be.
even with age. People think once you reach a certain age, no, she can't dress like this anymore and this and that.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with all of that.
Right.
If somebody loves how they dress, loves how they feel about themselves. Now, I don't think you do it because you don't feel good about yourself. I think it should be done. Show your body if you are confident in that.
And that is something I question too. I really wonder, when you're showing everything, are you really as confident as you would like me to think you are? Somehow or other, again, I'm a different generation.
Okay.
That comes off as, I really ain't that confident, but I want you to think I am because I really want to be that confident. That's what I find is
You
over the
think
top.
so?
I find that to be over the top quite often. If I believe my body is as beautiful as I want you to think, why do I need to show it all to you? I already know it is. Doesn't that make sense? I know it is. I don't care if you don't know it is. That's self-confidence to Sarah Gilmore. But again, that's just my opinion, Tamara. That's
Absolutely.
all it is. That's just my opinion. What I want to know, though, since we're talking about it, there is an issue still with obesity beside what I'm talking about and what I feel about it as the mammy syndrome, I want to call it. But there's an issue with being obese.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I think with the positive body image, which I am completely in agreement with.
Yes.
Because none of
So
us
am
are the
I.
same size. I don't think everyone should be a size 2, 5, 8, 10s. We're all different.
I agree.
And please do not become anorexic or do dangerous things to yourself in order to be small. That's not what I'm saying.
Because it's actually the opposite. When I was younger, in the 60s,
Yes.
there was a young lady called Twiggy. Oh my goodness, she was a wonderful model. And now we're going, oh, it's okay to be huge and obese. To me, either way is extreme. Moderation in all things is what I
Moderation,
believe.
but we're in a time where we definitely have changed, where we're more accepting of all the body types, the plus size
Okay.
shapes,
Okay.
which I'm completely in agreement
Yes.
with. They should not be body shamed. None
Yes.
of us should. I have.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think no one should be ashamed of their body.
I agree.
But I think everybody should be healthy.
Exactly.
So-
All right. There you go.
I do think when it becomes a problem when we do get to a certain size.
Okay.
Because normally some health issues are started or already have started
That's the issue.
on the lower end of obesity.
That's
As a
the
registered
issue.
nurse, on the lower end of obesity, and I don't have the statistics on here when we state that someone is obese,
Okay.
but you don't have to be her size to be considered obese.
You could be smaller than that and be considered
Absolutely.
obese. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think sometimes I'm right there borderline, but mine is a mix of body mass and I work out and that kind of thing with my muscle mass and all of that. But every woman should be appreciated. But
But
obesity comes with a lot of issues.
Yes.
Health issues. And if you're not having them now, believe me, as you grow older, they are coming. They are creeping up on you. Things like high blood pressure
yes.
is coming. If you don't have it, you can have it not being that size. You can have
Exactly.
high blood pressure.
Exactly.
Things like atherosclerosis, where you got hardening of your arteries,
All come from obesity.
because usually it's through a poor diet.
I
Think
got
about it. All these things are going along.
Including obesity, that's from whence it comes anyway, isn't it usually?
Poor diet, unless you got some other health issues
Right.
going on that contribute to obesity.
And
You know
less
what I mean?
exercise.
And less exercise.
Got it.
Most of us don't exercise enough and are eating the wrong foods.
Exactly.
And we're saying it's okay when we see somebody obese, because we also have gotten to where we can't hurt anybody's
Don't hurt
feelings.
anybody's feelings. It's okay.
Yes. So it's always this toss up that we don't want to hurt people's feelings. When you do hurt, when somebody's feelings do get hurt, it becomes a big
my
thing.
goodness.
Even if it's true or not, let's say even if it's true, we've hurting people's feelings. So then that
Exactly.
becomes a problem. Then you get beat up, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm saying, for me, I'm okay with people. If you want to show more, because I'm of a different generation,
Yes, you are.
if that makes you comfortable and you're confident in it, I don't think you should do it if you're not confident.
Right.
And I'm from the health perspective. No, she doesn't need to be that size. I'm sorry, she doesn't.
And you're saying that as a registered nurse.
Absolutely.
Right. And
Go
I
ahead.
agree with you.
Mhm.
And I'm saying The majority of it is, I don't believe it. It's fake anyway. The belief that I'm okay, you're okay because I weigh 300 or 400 pounds.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I say that.
Okay.
I can name the stars that were obese, and once they lost the weight or even started losing the weight, what did you see? Look at me. Pictures everywhere. Look at me. Think about it. Oprah is a major what? Owner
Yeah.
of the Weight Watchers.
Yes, she is.
Right.
Yes, she is.
What's her name? Khloe Kardashian? What's the name of the program she has?
Revenge Body. Yes.
Revenge Bodies. A person who was overweight. Why would you even have a show called Revenge Bodies, Tamara?
Absolutely,
What's that
you're
show
right.
about?
It's about showing others who you knew. A lot of times they do boyfriends or girlfriends or someone that you were in a relationship with and show and it didn't work out in the relationship, showing
Right.
what I look like now.
Right. I used to be obese. I was bigger than this.
Yes.
But now I have lost weight. So what happened to all the body positivity? There's another one. What's her name? Sharon Osbourne?
Oh, yes, you're right.
And Jennifer, what's Jennifer's last name?
Hudson.
Jennifer
yeah.
Hudson, beautiful. I thought she was cute when she was heavy. But boy, she loves it now that she's lost weight. So, if we're going to talk about it's wonderful to be obese, it's wonderful to be big, leave her alone, that's fine. But let's be real about it. We all love it. When we've lost weight, gotten healthier, trimmed down, we all love it.
You're great. I'll take me
Oh,
for
go
an
ahead.
example. Because I've had some weight loss over the past, what, 4
Couple
years?
years.
Almost 4
Yes,
years.
couple
3.5, 4 years. I love it. I can go, besides the health benefits I've gotten,
Yes.
because my doctor said to Mary, you're like the perfect patient.
With
You know
blood.
all the right things to do. Your blood work is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Your body mass index and everything is perfect.
Okay.
You're doing everything right.
Okay.
But in addition to that, I love being able to walk into a store and say, yep, I'm picking that up right there. I can wear it. I look good in it.
Exactly.
And you do have a different strut, I should say,
You
when
do.
you do lose the weight.
And that's what I'm saying. Even I've lost 10 pounds over the last
Yes,
6
you
months.
have. Yes, you have.
I'm able to walk upstairs a little bit better than before.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful. There was a
Absolutely.
time when we would go to the grocery store, my husband and I wouldn't get out of the car because it was going to be too much for me. My hips hurt too bad to
Absolutely.
get out of the car. Yes, ma'am. I am saying you have your opinion. I recognize that as a civil citizen, I have another opinion. But we need to be real about it. This obesity thing is not good. And what I wanted to say to the audience out there, particularly as an obese woman, do we not owe it to the generation behind us to be truthful about it and to try to show them how to get as healthy as possible? Do you know right now childhood obesity is on the rise? It is now affecting 13 million children. We need to do the best we can because the generation coming behind us really is watching.
Absolutely. And I'll say this. As a person who's more health conscious, I'm working on it with my son.
Yes.
He used to be a swimmer.
Yes, he was.
So I didn't worry about the weight as much because I knew that kept him active. And you still had to watch kind of what you were eating because you can't perform in that pool.
That's
eating
right.
A lot of bad
That's
food.
right.
He has chosen not to swim regularly anymore.
Okay.
So I am teaching him, hey, I understand you don't want to swim anymore. You don't want to do any other sport, but you have to be physically active.
Because he doesn't like it, does he?
No,
Teenager.
he doesn't naturally like it. He's doing the whole thing. I'm
Teenager.
fine. It's funny. Nothing. He doesn't see the importance or the value in the physical activity and the eating healthy. So I've had to slow down to say, okay, this is the way we're going to start this.
Exactly.
And then putting certain restrictions on. This is what you got to do 3 or 4 times a week just to get him started. And so I know when he sees the benefit of that,
Yes.
he will
He'll-
want to do more.
He will love it.
Yes, and I ensure I buy certain things for the house, fruits and vegetables, so he'll pick that up first
Exactly.
and think about that first, then the junk food.
Makes all the difference in the world. I want you to think about this thing. I am an obese woman. So what? Now what? I believe our job is to really think about our children and our children's children. Let's do all we can to help them live better lives.
We thank you.
That's our show, and we thank you for listening. If you like our show, Convinced and Confident, please leave us a rating and download us on Apple Podcasts and Google Play.